right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I believe, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Omit your mic and say something.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Design with Me. Today will be our first class, and which will just be more of an introduction, and I will try to be fast and also try to be basic and also try to explain with context. Before we go into start designing, I just want us to understand what design is all about before we start designing. So that when we receive jobs, we know how to handle either professional jobs or basic jobs. And probably at any point in time you cannot hear me or you are not understanding, you can drop a message in the chat box so that I'll be checking the chat box regularly even as I'm talking. And if you have questions too, so you can also drop your questions in the chat box even as I'll be explaining the basics of the design. I know, let's say 70% of you have probably attended the design class before this one, or you have done designs before, or you have seen designs out there. There are a lot of designs out there, be it a flyer of a program, probably an event, or a sticker, a business card, a handout, and everything that has to do with design. You must have seen something like that before. I'll just be explaining the basic principles that every graphic designer should know that will make their design look neat and look okay. There's one, shall I use an adage in design that simplicity is the key. You don't need too much to make your design look good. But before we start, I will be needing your permission to just say a short prayer. Our awesome Father, we say thank you tonight. We ask that even as we start in learning, that you open our brain, give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Help the speaker and help the listener, help us to understand. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Either you're going for the PC or you're going for the phone, you still need to know the knowledge of design actually. Before you can make egusi soup, not everyone can make egusi soup. Why? Because not everybody knows the ingredients that it entails. And the truth is that even if we have two people that are making egusi soup, two different people making egusi soup, the truth is that the taste might not come out the same way. And on the other hand, if they follow the same step, the taste can come out the same way. So for any design you want to make, there is a process, there's ingredients that you need to use. And there's also process to follow. Even after you get your Maggi, even after you get your salt, that's I'm using an example for your egusi, you still need either it's 1 Maggi or 2 Maggi, or it's even 10 Maggi that will make the soup and the capacity actually. But those are the elements, and those are the elements used. So if you are just joining this airport with your mic,
stand up.
All right, so let me scroll down so you can continue from here. So the outline for the course: introduction to graphic design, the graphic design apps, the element I was talking about, the ingredient for egusi, just like the elements you are going to be using. Every graphic designer, and they are not just using their head to design. You don't even need to be creative to even make a design. You don't really need to be creative at all. Graphic design is a skill. It's not a talent. That's what you need to know. It is a skill. It is not a talent. Unlike a talent that is within you. Man, even study anything that related to even graphic design. Man, even study anything that relates to maybe science or probably are thinking for no. Anybody can make design as far as you know the elements and also the principles to follow. Anybody can cook any food as far you are taught what ingredient to use and how to follow it. So without wasting much of our time, let's move further. So what is graphic design? Graphic design is just a process for you creating visual content. Process whereby you create visual content and to communicate. That is to say, your design must communicate. Every design you are seeing out there, there's a purpose for you making a design. Maybe you're making a design to reach out to your customers. A new stock, I just bought a new set of fans and I want to sell it. The price is low, the price is high. This one are fine fans and those things. the purpose of every design is to communicate one message, the message the design is passing. So you cannot just come and design without you not having any purpose, any message you want to intend to display through that design. Oh, I want to make a business card so that when people see my card, they'll be able to call me. That's the purpose. They'll be able to know what I do. That's the purpose. So any design you are doing, either for a church event, why are you making design for the church? Oh, you want to invite people for the program, you want them to know the time, you want them to know the team, the location. That is the purpose of the design. So every design you are doing, that in any sector, in any aspect, it must communicate. So you must do well that your design communicates best is information. That was a visual content to communicate. So it must communicate. And what are we going to be using to communicate? We are using the design principles and elements. And I'm going to be showing you the principles that we have and the elements that we have. So like I said earlier on, for those just joining, it will just be like introduction. We're going to be looking at design generally, the broad meaning of design. So our design, graphic design is the process of creating visual content that communicates. So if you have questions at any point in time, just drop your questions in the comment section, on the chat box, sorry. Alright, so graphic design must communicate. You must communicate. Make sure design is communicating. Alright, so let's move on. So I'm going to be showing you two designs now. We have one that is good and one that is bad. And we are going to be checking the designs. Look at design A and look at design B. Which one is good and which one is bad? Why is it bad? So I want you to comment in the chat box, everybody. Check design A and check design B. Why is design B bad? Or why is design A bad? Which one do you pick? Which one passed the message right? What you're also looking at is that which one is passing our message right? And which one is simple to read? Which one is easier to access? So I want everybody to comment, can start typing. Which one do you prefer? And why do you prefer it? Why? Yeah. Thank you, Nimad. Yeah, design A has a lot of details. Even though those details are important, but the way they place the details is not encouraging at all. Yeah, design A has a lot. And one thing I said even in the beginning of the class was that simplicity is the key to any good graphic design. You are passing a message. Though you also need to be aesthetic. You also need to be a designer that mixing color, but at least even you're mixing color, you're mixing text, you're mixing everything, it should be as simple as possible. Yeah, thank you, Sir Joe. So B is easily communicated and simple. B actually is simple. Even though we have more than one ministers, they are not placed too big like the way they place the characters in the other one. I said Deborah said design B is the best because it has few content and not clumsy. Yeah, it has few content. The content were used well. Yeah. Design A is crowded with no central point. Yeah, thank you, David. Yeah, it has no central point. You can see everywhere. I can see eliminated one side. I can see elimination one side and all that. Okay, let's check another design. Let's check another design. I think this one is not crowded. It's just that it has another side effect. So let's check design A now and design B. Which you prefer? These both designs. Though both are simple, but there's still some faults. So let's comment. Which one do you prefer? Is it the design A or design B? If you take a look at the first design, if you should count how many colors was used in that design, you can see it's just 3 colors. You can see just even 2. You can see the blue and orange. Sorry, you have blue and orange in the first design, and the remaining one used there was black and white. So usually we have those 2 colors in the first design, blue and orange, which make it easier. which make it easier to access, which even brought out the beauty. And while on the other end, you can see so many colors. I can see blue, I can see yellow, I can see this gray, I can see pink. What am I even saying? If you look at simplicity in the choice of color, simplicity in their arrangement, and you can look at design A also, the way they arrange the speakers, they put all of them in a box aligned together. They arrange them in one side. You can see the featuring. They arrange them just like as if you are arranging a list. Yeah. Then the title also stand on its own. There is space all over, whereby the eyes is easy for you to access. So when it comes to this design, what I would just say is that there's easy accessibility. It's easier for you to breathe. The design is able to breathe. I think I can say design B is better because it shows the simplicity. I think this one is for the formal design. Okay. You can keep dropping our comments for this design. So why I'm showing this is because I want you to know the reason why your design can be bad. I want you to see that you can design, even as a designer. It's the one designer designed this flyer, it's another designer designed the other one too. So you can see the difference in the mentality or in the head knowledge of both designers. The designer that is designing and does not know how to put his element well, doesn't know how to use his color, doesn't know how to use his text, he doesn't know how to use his elements. All the text, the color I'm calling, they are called elements. I'm still going to get to that part. They don't know where to put the logo. You can see where they place the logo. You can see where they place the logo in the other side. How they place it, how big is it, how small it is, how it's communicating. And one thing that you must know, which is very important as a graphic designer, is this. You always have the feeling of your user, of your audience at heart. Imagine you are not the person that is designing. Imagine you're the one that saw the design somewhere. How will you be able to read the message well? How will the message go well with you? So one thing you must understand is that you should make sure, even though probably you are in rush, you are rushing to make the design. When you are rushing to make your design, you should make sure that you are aligning everything well, you are arranging everything well. And which I'll be teaching you how to do that, how to align, how to use your color, how to put your image inside that box, how to do that, how to do this, so everything. You are getting there gradually even as you move on. So let's just move on. I think I can see the borrower also said designer is better because it has a plain background, but the other one has a rough background. Yeah, the background is too busy. The background for the other one is too busy, making the text in front not visible enough for everybody to read. Okay, let's move on because of our time. We have a lot to cover. Then when it comes to which applications can we use to make our designs, I tell you lots of applications we can use to make designs. This one I even mentioned, it's like 5%, a lot of designs. So for mobile app, we have Pixel App, we have your Canva, and then most of us have used Canva before because it is simple, because it has template, then logo maker, flyer maker, Snapseed, and lots more. For laptop, we have Corel, Illustrator. But for this design training, I think I showed you the apps we are going to be working with on the chat box. We are going to, for mobile users, we are going to be working with Pixel App, Canva. No, we're not going to be working with Canva. The only people who will be working with Canva is only those that are using iPhone, because I found out that Pixel App cannot be installed on iPhones. Yeah, because it's Apple Store. So if only you're using iPhone, that's when we can navigate to Canva. I think we can also design with Canva too. That's only for iPhone users. And I think that I will create a special class for iPhone users, because for me Monday class, really having time to be doing both Pixel and Canva to be tiny. So I hope you have downloaded Pixel App on your phone and Snapseed. Yeah, and Vivid, like I said, you're going to be using Vivid to sharpen your image. Whereas you are getting there actually, but let's make sure you get all those apps down, because every design we'll be making, at some point we will need that our image is sharpened. At some point we need to remove the background. At some point we need to, you can see the image that is used there. I had to remove the background. Encourage you and Photoshop users to also get ready on your laptop, even as I will be showing you one or two things for the laptop. Then now let's get down to business. Know this, if you want to write it down, you can write it down. Though I've sent this PDF already on the group, but know this now. What are the graphics elements? What are the things? What are the ingredients that is necessary for us to make our vegetable soup? What ingredient do we need to buy to make that beautiful design that you saw up there? What are the things I used? Number one, text. When you say text, everybody should know what text is. In your Microsoft Word, what you use to type, text are alphabets, they are letters. They are combination of words, combination of letters that come together to give a meaning. Every text you're going to be using in your design, you cannot just use any random text, any text that depicts the message. Just like the design you saw up there. Grab your pen. Yeah, that's the text used, and usually why that text, that's a category of text was used because that was the theme for the seminar or for the conference they're holding. So one thing that you should know, that there's no design that does not carry text. So one of our major key of element that you cannot but learn how to use and how to, because you must be good at using text, good at arranging text, good at, you might not even need the other element, but that text, your design must carry text. It's very important because we have found out that women communicate better with text and also picture. It's better with picture more, but also even much better with text because they are they are liable to read faster. Then also our elements, we have line, we have line, we have so many type of line. We have the dotted line, the zigzag, the curve, and all those kind of line. And line, so most of the time, can be used to create margin, can be used to create a separation, can be used to create box, can be used to. So we are going to be getting there, whereby we'll be taking all these elements, each one after the other. I'm going to teach you maybe for a week how to use text. I'll teach you for another week how to use line. I'm going to create multiple designs with just only text. We'll create another design with only line. No, you cannot create a design with just line because you have to communicate. So we'll create a design with line and text so that it communicates. Then we'll create another design with both line, shape, and text. Then we'll now create another design with color. And so we're going to be taking all of them gradually so that you must be good at manipulating your text. Where your text needs to be big, where your text needs to be small, where your text needs to be curved, where your text needs to be slant. You need to know how to make good use of all those things. And there's not only one way. One thing you should know, there's no one way. Probably just you must use this way. No, there are 1,000 ways you can use all these elements as a test. As far as you are passing the right message, as far as you're not doing the wrong thing. Okay, so we have so many type of color. We have the warm color. I think I'm supposed to be going through them. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. So we have text. I said text already. The arrangement of letters with all clarity and in a way that suits the reader. So typography, which is also known as text, it involves the font style, the structure, appearance, and all that. So you have the two division of typography. You have the typeface and the font. When I hear font, it's just the type of text. You know, most of us are familiar with Microsoft Word. You see something like Times New Roman, Calibri, Arial. So those ones are just types of fonts. So we are going to be using a lot of fonts. Though I will teach you how to download fonts. Probably if your applications, you don't have enough fonts, or you don't have that type of font. There are some type of fonts that are old that you're not supposed to be using as a graphic designer. There are types of fonts that are professional. When I see a design, I will know that the person that designed this is a learner. It's a basic because of the type of font you are going to be using. You're using all those fonts that came with your phone or came with the application. So most of the time, it's not always professional font. There's a website I'll be showing you where you can download good fonts that even without you using any other element, you can just use only fonts and display your design to make a design good and come out well. So these are basically the another subdivision of fonts. You have the serif, you have sans serif, you have script, you have black letter, you have display, monospace. As we go on in the design class, I will teach you the meaning, when to use serif, when not to use serif, what is serif font, what is not serif font, how the serif font look like, how the script font look like. We are still going to go there. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to pick each of the elements per week. We're going to be treating them deeply. Okay, so let's do line. I hope you can see my screen. And if you can see my screen, can you drop a comment? See my screen, please drop a comment in the chat box. See my screen. How up is this visible enough? Okay, thank you. So we have line. Line is also like a shape that connects two or more points. It can be fat, it can be thin, it can be wavy, it can be zigzag. Line guide the viewer eyes. Guide the viewer eyes and add emphasis, divide or organize content. So like you can see different type of line. Okay, let me go back to that design. So you can see this design here. Grab your pen. I used line to differentiate, just to separate, just create a little difference from the list of featuring items. You can see where I use line. You can see where I use text. So the next element is now shape. So we are going to be looking at shape. Sorry, I just need to move. The next element is shape. Shape is any dimensional area with a recognizable boundary. There are two types of shape. We have the geometric shape, the regular shape. When you're talking about regular shape, the one that they taught us in primary school, your square, your rectangle, your triangle, so regular shape. Then your organic shape are shape that you make by yourself. They are always self-construct shape. That's when you'll be using your pen to draw. You're going to draw the shape by yourself. But when they say amoeba, but you're not going to be using amoeba though, depending on the design you want. So you'll be drawing your shapes yourself. That's organic shape or irregular shape. So you go back to the design. I want to show you where I'm using it so that you know how to use it. So you can see that I used just one. I used this square in this design, and I also use the rectangle in this design too. Let me check the other design by the shape. I don't really use a shape here apart from the black overlay at the back. Like I said earlier on, it's not necessarily use all the elements, but use the best element that will portray your design to its fullest. So and in every graphic design application I'm going to be using, there's always a function of shape. There's always shape where you'll be able to see shape to create, and where you also be able to draw shape. So one other important graphic design tool that you need is color. This is where a lot of graphic designers fail. You don't know how to blend color. You don't even know how to use color. You don't know how to perfectly blend color and use color. Even after you're designing, there's no how you want to use a color. And every color, they have their own impact in the design. They have their own feel. You cannot use any color for any design. Just like red, you cannot use red for a design. Maybe you're designing for an agriculture company. You're not supposed to use red because because it is agriculture. Red is a color that signifies love. It's a color that signifies care, attraction, and sometimes red also signify danger. So you are using red for an agricultural firm, it's not going to go well. And like for the colors that can match for agricultural firm are colors like green. Anything that has to do with nature. Green is a color that depicts nature, agriculture. You use green, any shade of green. Any shade of green, not necessarily dark green or light green, any shade of green. As far as green, you can also use purple. Purple most times go for luxury. We have can use yellow, depending on the brand. I think someone is unable to join. I don't know why. Actually, let's continue because of time. Don't worry, this video is recorded, so everybody will get to listen to it over and over again. Probably even those that are not online. So, important of color, like I said, color is important in design. All your design must carry color. How to use the gradient, how to use the mixture of color, and you can use light blue and dark blue in your design. You can use red, blue, and dark blue because they're the same color composition. And there's some color that you cannot mix together; it will not go. There's some color that it will not create a good contrast. I'm still going to talk about that deeper when we treat color. You cannot use some color that you must not mix together. It will not go. It will affect the message of the design. You even spoil your design. So the color that you cannot use as design, as a graphic designer, the color that you cannot use. So another element is image and photos. Most of your designs, or let me say 70% of designs, use image a lot. We use image to create that feeling, that emotion in design. You can see the first photo that is used there. You can see the energy that the guy is looking at his phone. Probably somebody can say the guy just got an alert of 1 million. That's why he's happy like that. So probably you are creating a design that is telling your customer that receive alerts when you probably when like MTN now, probably when you buy data, and all those things. So you can use like this guy to just represent the feeling, just create that feel that when you buy data, after you have used your text, like 200 naira, 1000 gig, something like that, 200 naira, 1000 gig. Then you put this guy like that by the side of the text to create that feel that when you charge naira, you're going to get 1000 gig by faith. So this guy can create that feeling of how happy you can be when you do that. So there are other images. I'm going to show you where to get your images for free. I'm going to show you where you're going to get a lot of resources where you can get your image, photos that replicate, even how to even get the right photo, because not all photos that you will be needing or you need to put even in the design, or you need to use what photo best, how to pick the best photo for your designs, and just like that. So we're done with the graphics element. Let me rephrase again. Our graphics element, our text, line, shape, color, images, and form. I did not even talk about form. So when I talk about form, what I mean by form is either you are using 3D or 2D. I don't know, probably some of us have seen those 3D logos. Those 3D logos that most people do. Even though I don't really fancy those 3D logos, but some people love it. So one thing you must also know about your design is that it's not even about what you will love. It's not about what you like. It's about what your client wants, what your customer wants. Customer wants a 3D logo. Customer wants a 3D design. Give them 3D design. If the customer wants 1D design, give them 1D design. Okay, let me share my screen again. I want to show you something very fast. Okay, let me share my screen again. Sorry. Okay. Alright. I hope you can see my screen. I want to show you what I mean by form. Alright, so you can see this design that is here. How many color can you pick from this design? Let's see who gets. How many color was used to create this design? This Lawson, Goodies. How many colors was used? You can type it in the chat box. How many colors was used this design? Apart from black and white. The reason why we don't count black and white for colors is because they are natural colors. So how many colors can we see in this design apart from black and white? Okay, so you can just drop it in the chat box. So let me just continue. I was talking about another design element that is called form. What we mean by form is the perspective of your text of your element, whether it's 3D, 1D, or 2D, 2D, 2 dimension, 3 dimension. Just like the theme of this flyer, Lost and Goodies. If you look at the text very well, what was used there as a something at the back that brings out this kind of cube shape at the back, which make it look like which make it 3D. So when you talk about form, sometimes you have to make your designs 3D, and sometimes you just feel like this should just be plain. This is 1D, 1-dimensional, OAP. Sorry, did I say 1-dimensional? Yeah, just 1-dimensional. Can call it 2-dimensional because it's just flat, it's just plain, unlike the other one I showed just now. So that's what I mean by form. You have to know the difference between when to use your 2D, when to use your 3D, depending on what your user wants and what best depicts the message of the user. And also we have texture. Texture is very important. This is what we use for our background. Texture, icons, and effect. Texture, icons, and effect. So for your designs, you'll be using, for you not to make your background plain. If you look at the design that I make for even this graphic design training, the background of the design was just plain. There was nothing on the background. It was just plain pink color. I think one of the design I used pink, another one I used orange. So there was no texture. But let me show you what texture really means. So when you hear texture, just like your carpet, just like your rug at home, that effect that it brings is called texture. So probably you are making a design, and you want to create that feel, that texture effect feel. Let me show you something very fast. That texture effect feel that looks like as if is well, for the design is shiny or the design is real. You see most of our design using texture and background. Let me show you what it really looks like. So we have different type of texture, different type of patterns. It come like patterns. So you can see what texture can look like. It can look like when you see designs that looking like a rough paper, just because they use texture. This is an element. So use texture for this is something we call texture. So I can tell you use texture for your design just to make your design look realistic. So just for you to make your design realistic. All these are called texture, and very important. And most times I use this texture here for wedding design because of flower everything and this everything. So you can use this for wedding, for all those party design. So all these are called. I'm not trying to expose you to the element that we use to design. We're going to go deeper into them and also how to use them. Okay, so another element that we also use in design, which is very, very important, is the effect. The effect. I think I can hear myself. Somebody is not muted. Okay, please mute your mic so I'll not hear myself. Thank you. Alright, so the last element we're talking about is effect. You can see the effect. Effect is like when you see designs that have a form of light. You can see that the design has a form of ray of light, or you see some lens. They call it lens flare. Let me show you an example. So there are some effects that we use in designing. So they call it light effect, fire effect. And some designs that you see that, especially all those church flyers, you'll be seeing fire up and down in the designs. And I will tell you how to get those fire effects. So you can see this design, let's say the pastor, there's a sunny light effect that is in the middle of the two pastors. So that is a light effect. They call it lens flare that we use for designs. Let me check if I can see any other. then that effect was used. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do all those things. Either for your phone or for your laptop. You can achieve this, you can achieve this. You can see that lighting effect at the back of the design. And you can see some sparks that's coming out. So the designers can designer use a light effect to achieve this. Alright, so let's move on because of the time. Ending the class as soon as possible. Then I'll be explaining the last set category of design tools, which is design principles. Even while you have your graphics elements, you also need to know the graphics principles. In the sense that even while you have your ingredients to cook your egusi, you should also know how to mix them so that it will come out well in your design. How to make sure to come out well in your, that's in your design. Sorry about that. Even as you have the Maggi, the vegetables, what else do you wish to cook food, the egusi itself and all that, you should know how to mix them well so that it come out well. So now, how do we use those elements? How do we use our text? How do we use our line? How do we use our shape? We are going to be using them following the graphics design principle. These are principles that you need to follow so that your design will come out well. We have white space. White space is just, I'll just be summarizing it because of our time. We're still going to go in deeper into this. We are picking all of them one by one and we're treating them and creating designs every week on this each element and principle. So we're talking about white space. White space is the absence of text and graphics. It doesn't actually has to be white, but it has to be like is a space around your content that separates different sections. It helps your design look neat and comfortable. It helps your design to breathe. So we have the example of white space. What separates your design, just like the design I did over there. You can see that as in the list of the features, there's space. There's space, enough space between the line and the text. Enough space between the line and the text. So I'll be just trying to be fast. We have alignment. Alignment is, I don't know, most of you are familiar with Microsoft Word. You want to align to the right, align to the left, align to the center. In your design story, you must know how to align to the left, or either you're aligning to the right, or either you're aligning to the center. Every design placed in your graphics should be visually aligned to something on the page. Either you're aligning to the left, either the side of the page is edge, or then hierarchy. Hierarchy is the process whereby you emphasize an element by using contrast. Okay, thank you, Victor. So when I talk about hierarchy just simply means prioritizing every element in your design. Which one should come first? Which one should not come first? Which one should your customers see first? Your logo should not be bigger than your title text. Probably you're doing a church design. Your logo should not be bigger than the theme of the program. The date of the program should not be bigger than the picture of the minister. So just like hierarchy is just positioning your element well. Everything should not be big. There are some elements in your design that needs to be small. There are some that needs to be big. So there are some that needs to be medium. You must know how to place them well. Make it looking at this as looking at the font, looking at which one should be bigger than which one, and we call it in the order of importance. You have to arrange them in the order of importance. Not everything in your design has to have the same size or has to have the same image. So let's take a repetition. So repetition is repeating certain characteristics like your font, color, layout is an element within your design. You keep the design unified and add. Let's see if it creates unification and consistency. Just like that design I did that I used, I repeated the pattern of the square for all the ministers, for all the speakers. that was there. So just like repetition, repeating your element, either you're repeating your shape, you're repeating your color, and repeating your design layout. You're still going to look deeper into it. Don't worry. There'll still be time. So there are also other design principles that I not mentioned there. We have balance, we have proximity, we have contrast, and we have simplicity. Simplicity is the process of making your design not having too much color. For every design, the rule of design is a minimum of one color, a maximum of three. Your design should not have more than 3 colors, except there's a need. Probably you are doing design for kids, for all those children design. When it's only children design that probably you need more colors, because more colors makes your design too playful. I'm still going to come to that, but more colors in your design makes your design too playful. So at least just 2 colors, max 2 colors, 3 colors is fine. Then contrast, make sure all your elements in your design is visible, so they can see it even from far. Then proximity is you making sure that you are leading the eyes of your audience to the right place. Proximity is you are putting the elements in a place whereby your audience will be able to see the design or see the element as fast as possible. You will not be looking for where is location in this design, where did they put location, where did they put time, where did they put where is the team, who is ministering. They should not be finding the element. Everything should be, that's what we call, easy for everybody to access. So that's what we call proximity in design. So let me just bless our eyes with some designs before we ask questions and before we go. So first of all, let's look at this design. If you look at this design, I hope everybody can see the screen. You can see that they use text for as the element in this design. They use text. What other elements did they use in this design? What other elements did they use in this design? Can we drop our comments in the chat box? They use color. I can see they use color. You have colors there. Apart from the background color, what other colors do they use? They use those, I think, white and orange. So they use colors. What other things that they use? They use line. Okay, they use effects. Yeah, also. They use effects, a lot of effects. They use shadow effect. I can see shadow effects in the portals. We still talk about shadow effects. That thing, there's a shadow effect, a little shadow effect there. What other elements? They use shape. They use shape. Yes, they use shape. They use a rectangle shape for a life. What other effect? They use form. I'm not sure they use form, but they did not use icon. There's no icon there. They use line. You can see that you don't necessarily use all the elements in the design, but at least you use the one that will make your design to pop out well. Let's check one more design before we go to the question and answer section. So this is actually a website whereby all graphic designers drop their designs for other people probably to get idea. When I do have inspiration for design, when I'm looking for a public color to use, I come here. Should I say I come here to steal color? Let me use that word. I come here to steal color. I come here to steal ideas. Maybe I'm looking for ideas in my design and there's nothing that's coming to my head. You can copy this website, Pinterest. I'll still drop it at Pinterest.com. So let's look at this designer. So let's check the elements that they use. Which other elements do they use? They use text, a lot of text. You can see that they follow the design principle. There's hierarchy. The team is the only one that's more bigger. That's what we call hierarchy. And there's proximity. The location, the time, the location and everything follow each other. So there's nobody that will be looking for time, nobody will be looking for location elsewhere. Everything is arranged. That's the principles. You can see alignment. Everything is aligned to the left. You can see alignment. Everything aligned to the left. Yeah, I can see balance. There's balance in the design too. There's balance in the design. Both left and right is balanced. So those are the principles I'm just talking about. Principles that they use there. Apart from even elements, they also use the principle. Yeah, I can see white space. There's space. It's not everywhere. Everywhere is not clustered. Everything is arranged. Oh, sorry about that. Everything is arranged. Everything is not clustered. So, what other principles? What other elements did they use? You can drop in the comment section. What other element what other elements and principles do they use? What can you see that they use in this design? I can see they use the use of color. It's only orange and red, and a bit of is it gray or blue? What other elements and principles do they use in this design? You can drop in the chat box. What other elements do they use? Alright, so I'll be dropping like 2 more designs and group. I think my laptop is about to die, but I'll try to be fast. I'll drop in like other designs in the chat box, so everybody are going to look at the designs and you are going to pin out what are the elements they use and what are the principles they follow. I'm still going, like I said before, we're still going to go deeper. I'm picking every element one by one. I'll be teaching you how to use everything. Alright, shape and effect. Thank you so much, sir. You can see light effect. Light effect is there. You can see rectangle shape. And you can see they use both organic shape and inorganic shape. That August edition is not an organic shape, it's an inorganic shape they use there. So that's just it for now. So my assignment, I'll do the assignment after the class in the group. So I don't know if anybody have any question. You can drop it. You can unmute your mic. I think, let me hear from you. If you have a question, you can unmute your mic and talk. If you have a question, you can unmute your mic and say something. Anybody with a question? If you have a question, you can unmute your mic. Oh, I think, okay, Blessing, Sister Blessing, or say Mrs. Blessing, sorry. You can unmute your mic and talk. I think your hand is raised. I can see your hand raised. Please unmute your mic and talk, please. It's looking like everybody is a guru here. If you have a question, just drop it in the chat box. If you cannot say it, then I will answer your questions. But that will be all for tonight. I just decided to expose you guys to the elements and principles that we use in design to make our design beautiful. And we're going to be looking at them now. Next class, we'll start with the first element, which is text. So I will also send a video to the group, the Telegram group, where everybody will need to go and watch the video on more of graphic design elements and how probably even a better explanation of what I've said today. A summary and not a better explanation of what I discussed today. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. I don't know why if people are just muted, you're not saying anything. I hope you understand what I said today. I hope probably you got 1 or 2 things, if not everything. At least you understood some things that you can at least use. Or you can say that you understand some basics in graphic design. I hope I have opened your understanding to some basics in graphic design. Any question from anybody, please, let's talk. Should I start calling your name so you start omitting your mic and talk? Let's just say something actually. You can just say something. Ms. Deborah, Busayo, Daniel, Sister AY, David, Raphael, Oluwashava, and I think Victor has been talking since. Ms. Deborah also has said something. Nimat has said something. Oladeji, yeah, and Boy 4. Boy 4 has really been helping me out in also certain things on the group. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I can see your comment in the chat box. Okay, if you have a question, please you can unmute your mic and say it, Miss Deborah. Or you can just unmute your mic and say.
Can you hear me? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
Thank you
Yes,
so
we
much
can
for
hear
the. Oh, okay. Please, the network was actually fluctuating when you were talking about effect. So I don't know if you can just a little bit paraphrase. I did not really get that effect very well.
All right, ma. So one of the graphic
Thank
design.
you.
Okay, ma. So one of the graphic design elements I discussed
Yes,
was effect, and the effect is like a tool that we use in making our design pop. There are different types of effects. I said something like your light effect. You see some designs that there's a light that is shining probably at the back of the speakers or at the back of the minister. We have light effect, we have shadow effect, we have fire effect. You see some design that there's a fire that comes that they use, that they put. We have sparkle effect. We have a lot of effects that we will still be going into deeper even when we get to that point. There are a lot of effects, but effects are just basically those little addition. If let's say a physics that they put in designs to make it pop, I'll still be showing you the various type of effects. There are many type of effects that we can use for our design. So I hope that's understood, ma. Are you cleared, ma? Probably to understand. I don't know. Can you hear me? Miss Deborah, can you hear me? Okay, understood. All right. Maybe after the class, I'll be sharing some basically type of effect. So probably so you just have a view. But I'm still going to show you where to get the effect from, how to use the effect, when to use the effect. There's some design that you don't even need to use effect. There's some design that you don't need to. Your clients will tell you not to remove the effects. I've been there before. I put a lot of effect. They say no, I don't want this one. But anyway, it's just for you to understand how to deliver a message well. So that will be all for now. I'll send the recording of the class tonight. Not tonight. I'll send the recording of the class during the week. I'm still going to do some editing in the recording, so probably you might need to watch it again. I'm going to add some important information in the recording. So probably you can go right again. Probably you don't understand what I said. It's important that you hear it over and over again so that it is sync. That we help us. So thanks for your time tonight. You are typing. Any other question? Oh, all right. Thank you so much for your time. Bless you. I hope I've done a little bit of introduction. There's still more. We are not going to rush things. We're going to do everything gradually, and I will take you step by step to make everything go well.